Mothers instinctively place themselves between danger and their calves. Their resonant rumbles serve as warnings or signals, guiding the herd across risky terrain. All of this makes elephants a living model of endurance and responsibility, not just to their own kind, but to the entire ecosystem. Each time they knock over a tree, trample a field, or draw water from a shrinking pool, they are reshaping the land in ways that give other species a chance to thrive, opening sunlight to the forest floor, spreading seeds, or creating temporary waterholes. The journey of the elephant herd is a sacred symbol of connection, memory, and trust. A symphony between earth and sky, between memory and hope, between strength and compassion. Alongside the footsteps of the elephant herds, where floodwaters slowly retreat across the Kafue Flats, the Kafue Lechwe quietly writes its own epic of survival, one that can only be found in this unique corner of the world. This species is endemic, found only in the Kafue Flats of Zambia, thanks to the flooded vegetation and the rhythm of inland tides. The Kafue Lechwe lives a semi-aquatic life. With legs often submerged up to the knees, it uses the water as a natural shield against predators. When threatened, it plunges into the river, submerging itself until only its nostrils break the surface, showcasing a finely tuned survival skill. Its unusual legs are built for life in the marsh, long hind limbs, wide splayed hooves, and a water-resistant layer help disperse weight and allow swift, agile movement through the mud. Its body stands about 0.9 to 1.0 meters tall, with golden brown fur and a white underbelly, a subtle ecological camouflage. During the breeding season, males display elegant lyre-shaped spiral horns that add to their regal appearance. Kafue Lechwe society gathers on a grand scale. Thousands of individuals cluster around the wetlands. Outside of mating season, herds separate into bachelor groups and mother-young groups. From around November to February, males come together in lekking displays, staking out small, elevated patches within the marsh to show off for potential mates. Their semi-aquatic strategy helps them avoid direct encounters with predators on dry land. But in the water, they face a formidable hunter of their own, the Nile crocodile. The apex predator of these shallow waters rarely rushes in after spotting a target. It knows that every movement of the river is already working in its favor. With a body stretching up to 5 meters, armored ridges along its back, muscular hind legs, and a powerful tail that slices through water like a paddle, it remains nearly invisible beneath the surface. Eyes and nostrils positioned high atop its head let it watch the world while keeping nearly its entire body hidden underwater. In that seemingly still moment, it makes no sound, no movement, yet it is calculating. The current's pull, the flick of a fish's fin, the whisper of wind through the reeds. The Nile crocodile's hunting strategy doesn't rely on speed, but on the precision of timing. As waters recede from the floodplains, schools of fish funnel into narrow channels and shallow streams along the river's edge. That's where it waits. Camouflaged in the vegetation, it positions itself at the perfect spot, where the water concentrates everything into a single point. Then, in a split second before anything can react, its razor-edged jaws snap shut around the prey in one decisive strike. There's no splash, no burst of red. The fish simply disappears, as if it never existed. When the high waters return and fish scatter across the floodplain, the crocodile changes tactics. No chasing, just waiting at nature's gateways, where the currents narrow again and instinct takes over. Its flexibility is seen not only in solo strategy, but also in rare teamwork. In a few recorded instances, crocodiles have been seen cooperating during mass fish movements, forming arcs or blockades, dividing the catch without conflict. This is uncommon among reptiles, yet it's a distinct trait of the Zambezi crocodiles, where shifting waters demand adaptability as the price for survival. As part of the unique ecosystem in the upper Zambezi, this species plays a crucial role in regulating fish populations. Without their presence, species like tilapia, lungfish, and catfish could overwhelm the system, depleting nutrients and disrupting the biological balance. The Nile crocodile acts as a natural regulator, not just by hunting but also by cleaning up dead fish at the end of the dry season, preventing eutrophication and harmful bacterial blooms. In a complex network of rivers and lakes like the Zambezi, especially within the Barotse floodplain, the crocodile is not just a predator, but an unseen guardian of ecological balance. Their presence in this region is nothing new. While no exact count is available for 2025, research indicates the population remains stable, thanks to relatively effective protection and abundant food sources. Behind the dark, sun-warmed scales lies something more than biology. To the Lozi people of Barotseland, the Nile crocodile is the spirit of the mother river Zambezi, a creature embodying silent power and profound presence. The Kwamboka festival, celebrating the rising waters, still honors the image of the crocodile as a symbol of transition, flow, and the majestic forces of nature. At the boundary between the upper and middle stretches of the Zambezi River, Victoria Falls appears like a spectacular fracture in the earth. The once gentle river suddenly plunges from a height of around 108 meters, reaching up to 128 meters in some spots, spanning 1,708 meters wide, forming a massive curtain of water that roars like thunder. During the high water season, the sound of the falls can be heard up to 40 kilometers away, and the towering spray rises like a column of white smoke above the forest. Why the local people call it Mosi Oa Tunya, meaning the smoke that thunders. Straddling the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, this waterfall marks a critical hydrological break, where flat land abruptly gives way to deep gorges. Below the falls lies the Batoka Gorge, a chain of chasms carved over thousands of years by erosion. In 1989, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization recognized this site as a World Natural Heritage Site, protecting a 6,860-hectare core zone that includes 2 national parks on either side of the river. Here, the bataleur, the national bird of Zimbabwe, performs a flight that's nothing short of an aerial art form. Its plumage is a striking blend. Deep black dominates the body, offset by silvery gray shoulders, chestnut back and tail, and vibrant red on the face, beak, and legs, like fresh paint splashed boldly across its features. Though often called an eagle, its scientific name, Ecaudatus, Latin for tailless, highlights one of its most recognizable traits: a tail measuring less than 10 centimeters. This gives the bird a distinctive silhouette in flight, with its long legs extending past the tail feathers. The bataleur spends nearly its entire day in the air. On average, it flies for 8 to 9 hours daily, cruising at around 50 meters in altitude as it searches for prey or carrion. Its swaying, tightrope walker flight pattern allows it to scan wide areas while constantly adjusting its line of sight. The name bataleur, which means tumbler or acrobat in French, perfectly captures this bird's aerial performance. Over the course of a single day, it can cover a range of up to 200 square kilometers. especially around the Batoka Gorge, where complex air currents create ideal conditions for its graceful yet effective movements. As an opportunistic hunter, the battler relies not just on strength, but on sharp senses and adaptability. Its menu includes a variety of small animals, snakes, a favorite target, along with lizards, small birds, mongooses, and ground squirrels. It frequently feeds on carrion too, including roadkill along the savanna routes near the falls. This scavenging behavior helps maintain the region's ecological balance, naturally removing carcasses, preventing disease spread, and recycling nutrients back into the system. Now let's descend to the shifting flow of the Zambezi, where the river transitions from powerful currents to calm, flat channels. The great cormorant appears like a silent warrior amidst the mist and basalt rock. The great cormorant is a master of underwater hunting. It uses its strong webbed feet to propel itself beneath the surface, zeroing in on slippery prey. Its long, hooked bill grips fish tightly, and at times catches amphibians, crustaceans, or aquatic insects. Each dive lasts between 1 to 3 minutes, reaching depths of up to 9.5 meters. 60% of dives hug the riverbed, 10% stay mid-water, and the rest break toward the surface. Unlike typical ducks, cormorant feathers are not fully waterproof, which reduces buoyancy and allows them to dive more efficiently. But it also means they must dry off after every hunt. The familiar image of a cormorant standing with wings outstretched on a rock or tree branch facing the wind or sun signals the process of drying its feathers to regain flight readiness. After every foraging session, they sun-dry their plumage, preparing for the next flight. After Victoria Falls, the Zambezi enters its middle course, a stretch of about 600 to 650 kilometers flowing along the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe, ending at Lake Cahora Bassa in Mozambique. This region hosts a dense network of national parks such as Zambezi, Mana Pools, and Lower Zambezi National Park, forming a continuous ecological corridor along the river's path. Despite the name Lower Zambezi, the park is not located in the lower course of the river. In fact, it sits firmly in the middle stretch, directly across from Mana Pools on the opposite bank. The terrain here is a mosaic of floodplains, seasonal sandbanks, and basalt ridge edges. The river's seasonal fluctuations create a natural rhythm of flooding and retreat, sustaining a dynamic ecosystem. During the rainy season, the land transforms into temporary lakes, drawing in migrating wildlife in search of water.